Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Caroline and this is episode 143. My co-host Pinks is also present and I would like to welcome you all. Welcome to all new viewers. I hope you like it here. Stick around, subscribe down below, and of course a warm welcome back to all returning viewers. I'm really happy you like it here and sticking around and give me thumbs up and everything. You can find me everywhere as Kralali, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry. The works, all the links are down below in the description box on YouTube, my show notes. And I have a web shop, colourfulcreativity.nl or colourfulcreativity.com. Right, not sure how long it's been. I think the end of November for a regular podcast. So here we are. Getting back into the habit of doing these things, the regular updates, and thinking about how did this work. I mean, I have recorded, but those were all those little vlogs and real life things instead of the planned and structured podcast. So we have a lot to catch up on. It's been 2.5 months probably since I've shown you what I was working on, and I have 4, well, officially I have 6 finished objects, but 2 of them I'll leave to the next time. For now I have 4 finished objects. One of them I am wearing. It is my Rainbow Party Cardi, and it is a pattern by Telly B Knits or 70 Lotven. It's a really fun pattern where you knit the cardigan officially with 3/4 sleeves, but I wanted long sleeves. I may have overdone it a bit because when I put it on, my sleeves easily come like all the way down my fingers, so I have to pull it up a bit. But it's a nice comfy cardigan that you just throw on and wear with pleasure on everything in my case, because I did not follow the pattern fully. The pattern has you knit wedges of mini skeins, so you have a rainbow in your collar, and the collar starts here and it's like this wedge. But I couldn't decide on what colors to pick, so I went with my main color and I am absolutely thrilled with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It fits with everything. The yarn I used is Colourful Smooth Sock, so my own yarn. The smooth sock base in the Quirky rainbow colorway, which is an absolute joy. So I'm really pleased with it. I'll put in a photo where I'm wearing it so you can see it full length and everything. Yeah, not picking the mini skein colors or the contrast colors was one modification. I also omitted a few rows in the short rows that you have here because I ran out of yarn. This was eating more yarn than I expected, and somehow I lost a full skein of Quirky Rainbow somewhere. I should have had more, but I didn't. So in the end, I had to bind off with just just an undyed yarn, because I was like, if I take undyed, nobody will see it. You can see it here now because there are no speckles in here, and here you can see the speckles. But in the end, on the whole cardigan, absolutely invisible. So I was like 3 meters short. It was like, ah! So yeah, but I've done it now. It's all finished and I am wearing it with pleasure. Another finished object is this one. It is the Sockhead slouch hat, and it is pretty slouchy for me. I usually just wear beanies, so the tighter version. It has a really long ribbing, which is like super boring, and then came the really boring round and round stockinette, never ending. But hey ho, it ended after all, so I'll put it on. You can see I have quite some space here. I'm not sure if I'm really the person for a slouchy head, but I like it anyways because of the yarn. Let me put my hair back in order. The yarn is, yeah, let me look it up. I put my phone next to me. I'm just never able to keep the two apart, Malabrigo or Manos del Uruguay. Super silly. It is Manos del Uruguay, Alegria, and the colorway name is Locura Fluo. And yeah, on the label it only had a number, but I used 3/4 of a skein. My regular hats basically get to 50 grams or something, but this one used 75 grams. So a lot of yarn in this. But it is lovely, and look at that crown. Look at the craziness of the crown. I absolutely love it. So definitely worth it. It's getting warmer already, so this won't be worn until next year probably. Just like this one, which is a herringbone cowl knit to the pattern recipe from Majestitch, and you can find her on Instagram as Majestitch Designs. She posted it. She had knit it with my yarn, which is a Colourful Aran, and it is a very fat single, but it is absolutely perfect for the herringbone stitch. It is super slow knitting, so you need some patience, but the result is definitely worth it. So absolutely wonderful cowl. Here you can see I don't like if it touches me here, but I do like it when my neck is a bit warmer, and I need those V-shaped cowls more to cover this, but this one is already doing a good job. You can see here it's a bit naked still, but yeah, for a first cowl that actually I can wear and is not itchy, I'm really happy. So yeah, this one is definitely gonna keep me warm. I really like it, and the yarn is actually on sale in my web shop because I am phasing out that base. It's no longer available, so what can I do? So if you want to get a bargain and make yourself a nice cowl, I used almost the full skein on this. So I have made lots of notes on Ravelry, I think. So if you have questions, I can totally answer them. How many rounds of this and how many rounds of that and how many grams, etc. I can totally tell you. Then there is my biggest pièce de résistance. I have finished my cable cardigan. And yes, I also have buttons. So here you go. There's cables on the sleeves and cables in the side seam and cables on the front and cables on the back and cables on cables on cables with all kinds of different ones. And I am in love. This is my absolute dream cardigan, and since it is such a classic Irish cable cardigan, I have added some classic wooden toggle buttons. I thought that would be nice. I also have some photos of me wearing it. It is the Curdach cardigan by Carol Feller, and I used Paula's Wolle, which is a German local yarn. Well, Germany is pretty local compared to other things for me. It's not super local, but hey. It was a Kickstarter where I got a bunch of yarn together with my mum, and I used 8 skeins for this. In the end, I knitted a tiny bit with my swatch to unravel it, so I wouldn't have to use a whole new skein. I should have done that, because then I would have had a little bit longer sleeves, because whereas this one is a bit too long, the other one is like sitting here, so a tiny bit short. But if it bothers me, I can always rip it out and do it again. Goes for this one and for this one. So it is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't actually really worn it yet because it hasn't been that cold. We had a little frost snap last week, but yeah, that wasn't cold enough for me to wear this one. And I wanted to keep it pretty to show it to you. And now I can just put it on. I wanted it with this one, but this one is just so nice and soft and drapey. It has been knit on a loose gauge. I think it was a 3.75mm needle that I knit it on, and it is a light fingering yarn, so it's like super loose and drapey. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but trust me, it's really, really nice and comfy. And that one is like a sturdy big cardigan. It basically almost stands up by itself. But that is why it is a gorgeous cabled cardigan, super warm and everything. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Getting those whips finished. I think it was end of the year and beginning of the year, just before the 12 cast on started, that I did that. Yeah, then the 12 cast ons came, and then my mojo was dead. So there hasn't been lots of knitting going on here. I'm showing you the whip I have been working on most. Let me see. So in my All About Yarn Exploding TARDIS bag, I have here, where is it? Yes, there it is. One finished sock. I finished it last night. So yeah, this is usually my hospital knitting sock or my waiting room knitting, and I didn't have a lot of waiting room knitting lately. So yeah. Last week we got Robert new glasses. He had to be measured again. So I had a little bit of knitting time there. And then last night I was like, I want a needle. And I don't have a needle. So I have to finish one. And in this project I had 2 needles because both socks were well on their way. So yeah, here is sock number 1. The yarn I'm using is a Fab Funky Fibres in the Cloud Meadow colorway, and yeah, it's just a plain vanilla with a fish lips kiss heel. And Robert has just been trying it on if it was long enough, and he said, just a few more rounds, just a few more rounds. So I did that a few times, and yeah, well, now it's done. It's done. So that is sock 1 done. That means that I can focus on sock 2, which is, well, basically almost finished. Probably, I was, last night, I think I was about here. Or, yeah, yesterday I knit this. I had a really, I mean, it's not even 35 rounds, and I was so slow. It took me all day. I was like, ugh, this is going too slow. I just keep being really, really distracted, and my mojo is not, you know, when you are in the zone knitting, and it goes and it goes and it goes quick and it goes well and it feels nice. Yeah, I miss that. I don't have that. So every basically half round I go to my phone, my laptop, check messages, whatever, doom scroll on Instagram. You know how it works. So yeah, This sock needs to be finished, and then I actually have something off the needles again. But we'll see how quickly it goes. I'm knitting these on Chowgo interchangeables, 2.25mm needles. I actually like them. Hayas are my favorite, but the 2.25mm are in a different project, and these are good enough. So yeah, I needed that needle for something else because I wanted to cast on something nice. I need to knit a sample for the shop, and I am here. I just knit the cuff yesterday on a Knit Tea Retreat Zoom. I always somehow keep ribbing for Zoom because then mindlessly I will finish it. This yarn is Colourful Smooth Sock in the Bright Ice colorway, which is a brand new colorway for full skeins. I already had it on mini skeins. I will show you more about the shop. Just a sec. I am going to knit the Herding Cats socks by Stone Knits. I have not printed the pattern, so I will grab my phone and use my knit companion because I have the pattern in there. Let's see if I can show it to you. It's an absolutely gorgeous pattern. Let's see. Yeah. I hope that it will show up. It looks like it shows up well. Look at that cat eating the toe, seriously. Perfect photography. So yeah, you have cats on your socks, and I am in love. The second I saw it, it's a pattern by Charlotte Stone of Stone Knits, and yeah, the second I saw it, I knew I had to knit it, but I wanted to knit it in cat colors, actual cat colors, and well, I am not one to have neutral cat colors in my stash. So that meant I had to dye yarn, and I have these tiny balls of yarn in my project bag that are now a big mess. So maybe I should not have taken these out, and I should have gone for something else. Let me grab those. So here we go. Here are the colors I'm using, and it is an actual Colourful Cats kitten set that is going into the shop tomorrow on February 14th at 2 p.m. Amsterdam time. So yeah, here you go. It is on Colourful Smooth Sock, like all my kittens are. My kittens are my mini skeins, and we call them kittens because, well, they are highly curated by Miss Laia and Mr. Bings, and these ones are even better. So let's start with the first two colors. Here I have two little balls already because I'm ready to start the first cat, and I wound my yarn by hand because they are mini skeins and it was easier or something. Here we have Laia and Bings, so they now actually have their own colorway. Don't tell them, it might go to their heads. They are now sleeping, so don't tell them. Then we have here, this one is Miesje. And Miesje was a black cat with a teeny tiny bit of white on the chest and teeny tiny white bits on the toes. Miesje was the cat we had at home. I think when I was when I was born, Miesje was already there, and I think maybe around 8 years that she passed away. But yeah, this was Miesje. I will pop in a photo that my mom had in her photo album of Miesje sitting on the, yeah, it's like a part of the construction of the stairs. They were renovating back then, so the cat was sitting on top of it on the, yeah, a big pole where you can hold yourself when you walk the stairs. So that's Misha, and this colorway is called Mickey and Noortje. And Mickey and Noortje were my grandparents' cats. They were mother and daughter. I almost saw Noortje get born and I gave her the name. And yeah, we don't have photos from that, but they did have a cat before, tabby cats. They were all tabby cats. My grandparents only had tabby cats. And that first one, if they had said to me it is family, I would have believed it, but the photo is from the 70s. So calculating, it's pretty difficult for them to be family. My mom thought that they weren't family, so yeah. Mickey and Noortje. Lots of wonderful memories there. Then this one is called Kit. Kit is the Siamese cat from Charmed, the TV series with the witches that I absolutely loved as a kid, and we actually rewatched it, I think last year or the year before. Somewhere in the pandemic we watched Charmed from beginning to end, and it was amazing still. So definitely still in love with the series, and Kit needed to be in there. I needed to have a pretty Siamese with the colors, and yeah, definitely fond of Siamese, how they look. I would never want one though. I mean, Miss Leia is already pretty annoying sometimes, and I think Siamese cats can be even worse. They're pretty possessive, and Miss Leia is pretty possessive on me, so yeah. Then we have the black cat, and it is Salem from Sabrina. And I mean Sabrina, the old Sabrina, not the new Sabrina. I really enjoyed watching Sabrina, the new series, but I'm still in love with the old series. I cannot help it. It's just some childhood sentiment. Also, we needed a white cat. I mean, who doesn't love those fluffy white ones? And this one is called Solomon, after the 007 cat that yeah, the bad guy has. And I enjoy James Bond movies, but my father was a big fan, so this is a little homage to my dad, and yeah, his love for James Bond. And last but not least, we have De Rode Kater, and I should have prepared this better so I could show you my crockery that I have. So here you go. Here is my Rode Kater, or red cat, tea glass. I have dinner plates, I have lunch plates, I have mugs, I have milk mugs, I have soup bowls, I have dessert or breakfast bowls, how you want to call it. So yeah, I have a lot of that stuff, and this stuff is actually over 20 years old already, and it's still going strong, and I still absolutely love it. It is a cartoon, or the red cat is part of a cartoon, Jan Jans en de Kinderen, which is a Dutch cartoon, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. I got album number 1, I got album number 25, and I got them signed by the cartoonist, and yeah, it's just fabulous. So it had to go in there. I also have a plush version that I got when I was in hospital 20 years ago. I got a surgery to get my tonsils out, so, and I got the red cat then and it's somewhere in the attic, and I couldn't find it before recording, so our attic is a bit of a mess. So yeah, that is the story behind the cats and the herding cat socks. I am now here. I knitted the cuff on the 2.25mm needles, and I'm now knitting the main body on the 2.5mm needles for the collar work. And yeah, I hope it will be a fitting sock. Collar work is always iffy for me, so we'll give it a try and we'll frog it if necessary, or we'll just make it a nice sample. So these two are basically the only two whips I've worked on in the past month or so. After finishing my cast-ons on the 31st, it is now the 13th, so the past 2 weeks, not much knitting has been done. The whole idea with the dice roll thing, knitting with handspun, I did, but I'm not showing you yet. Knitting on my newest whip, nope, did not happen because my brain is just not there to knit all the lace. And knitting whatever mood I'm in, definitely happening. I'm just knitting plain vanilla things, and I'm now going into color work. Then I have some spinning to show you. I have finished these two. I plied them and I washed them and everything. So this is the fiber I got in my World of Wool advent calendar. And this is from the advent calendar I got from Josh. This is actually a gradient. You cannot really see it in the skein, but it's a really gorgeous gradient. I have to look up the meterage because I totally forgot. I did the organizing of everything and I forgot these two. I kept them apart because I put them in a bag to show you. So yeah, well. This is approximately 90-ish meters and it is a DK to worsted weight, and I chain plied it. And this is, there it is, approximately 100 to 110 meters in 48 grams, which is a good DK weight yarn. And this one is 2-plied and it is really nice and soft. So I definitely should go back and note what fiber it is, because I know I have that info in the box, but I just never put it in there. Silly, silly me. So put it aside. Hopefully I can actually remember to put the card in with what it is and what the meterage is. Then when I went for buttons at my local haberdashery shop, I found out that she also sells Lang yarns, Wolle, superwash, sock yarn. Guess who busted their yarn cold sheep 2 weeks into January? I just couldn't help myself. I bought some neutral colors. Yeah. The middle one is not really neutral, but for me it is really neutral, of sock yarn. Looking at Sock Madness already a bit. Also, with what I have some really bright neons of Lang wool, and these will go perfect with that. Toning it down a little, making it great for color work, and seeing what Sock Madness is asking for the supply list. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of color work, I think. We never know, but I think it's gonna be a lot of color work. And I do not hate it, but yeah, we'll see. So I got the navy color, which is basically color 33. a petrol, which is 188, and this beigey, beigey, which is number 22. Definitely like some neutrals, so I can actually combine stuff. Miss Laia's on the move. We are sitting in the sun. My glasses are definitely showing. Sorry about that, can't help it. Another thing that came, let me start with this one. My lovely friend Angela of the Yarn and Yarns podcast and shop and everything, links in my description box to everywhere she is on the internet, sent me a package for Christmas. She sent it in November. It arrived, I think, 2 weeks ago. So yeah. The magic of post. My package to her got lost. I haven't heard anything from it. And it was returned to the Netherlands from the UK, but it never arrived. And it sure didn't show up at my doorstep. So don't get me started about the post at the moment. I'm cranky. But her package arrived and it is amazing. There were mince pies and Welsh cakes for Robert in there, and he ate them all already, nothing to see. There was also a white chocolate advent calendar for me in there, which I'm now using to count down to my birthday. I keep forgetting to eat them. And the past few days I wasn't allowed to eat them because I had a little bit too much of something that didn't agree with me. But I'll continue when I can. But there was also this in here, in the package. And I mean, look at it. Isn't it the most gorgeous neon rainbow? And it is pull-word, so trust me, it is so soft. I just want to live in this. It is suitable for spinning and felting, which makes me think that it is non-superwash. So it is a non-superwash pull-word. And it's actually a never-ending rainbow this way. So I will probably split it up and make it into some nice gradient in some way. Thank you so much, Ange. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I will resend a nice package to you now that the whole Christmas mess is over. And then, oh, this one came. Another gorgeous rainbow neon skein. Oh, definitely my jam. This is Republica Unicornia yarn, which is pretty hard to get by on this side of the ocean. And it is Unicorn Birthday Party on BFL DK. And I'm in love. Kathleen is like a wizard with these kind of colors. Yes, I know people call me that too, but my God, it's just magic. Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I won this and it was donated to the LSG monthly prize draw by my friend Kathy of not Shake Your Booties anymore, but Nifty Patterns. She just had a name change and whole revamp of her business, and yeah, absolutely love it. And I'm so super happy to have some yarn of Republica Unicornia finally. I am thinking that this would make a wonderful yoke in a sweater, and I am also thinking about designing it myself. I mean, a gaudy sweater would be perfect, but that's a fingering weight sweater. So I'd have to rework it to DK, and I'm not sure if I'm up to that or that I'd rather just make my own. So that was it for all the acquisitions. So now is the shop update, and here we go. You already saw these, the colorful cats kitten set. I also have the Easter eggs kitten set. I did it. I finally dyed pastel yarn. No clue if the past year made me soft, but I dyed pastel. There you go. I absolutely love it. It is a gorgeous rainbow set of yarn. And as you can see, they match very well. And I did not just dye kittens, I also dyed full skeins of all the colors of the Easter eggs set. And I did that because I think they combine really, really well with the kittens. There is Genie, which was available on mini already, but is now also on a big skein, which is a very pale jeans blue. Gorgeous combination. Then there is a brand new color. This is Lazy Lilacs, and also really nice, I think. There is Bright Eyes, which I'm using myself because this is the least pastel in the whole set. It scratches on the bright spectrum. There is a Fluffy Duckling. I mean, look at it. Isn't it the best? Pale yellow? I think so. Mighty Minty, which is an all-time favorite. I know you love it. Also goes perfectly with it. Blush Tutu, also a fan favorite. Also already in the shop for a while. And then there is Peachy Keen. Also perfect. I really like this color. I'm not a fan. I mean, you can see what it does to me. It makes me really pale. But this one, I think I might need to steal one to knit socks. Because, yeah, I love that color. Then there's one more thing going into the shop that's also new. And it has been a year in the making. It was the project I was working on last year when Robert got sick. So here you go. This is the, nope, not working. Hand's too small. This is the Paradise Fade set that you all know. But now it is in DK weight yarn. So this is a new base. This is the Super DK, which is 85% merino and 15% nylon. So it is a bit more merino. It feels really nice. Yarn going everywhere. And yeah, I have 5 sets of these going into the shop. They are staying as sets because I only got a little bit of the base and I can't get any more. So yeah, I will stick to smooth DK for future, but yeah, this one on Super DK has a tiny bit more merino and a bit less of nylon. Like Super DK is the 85-15 and smooth DK is the 75-25. So just saying. I think it has about 266 meters. I haven't labeled them yet, so that's why I have to take it from the top of my head. Yeah. So Paradise Fade also available. I think it will make an amazing sweater, a DK sweater with a fade, and I'm very tempted to make one myself. Just a basic simple raglan or V-neck. I think that will be awesome. I think I just bought a V-neck DK sweater by Jessie May. Maybe I should. But I have to finish something first because I don't have enough needles. After the 12 cast-ons, my needles are pretty much all gone into projects. So yeah, big long episode. I know. I hope next time will be a bit shorter. Personal update, not much to tell. Yeah, 3 weeks ago when Robert fell, his glasses were broken. His eyebrow was busted. It's healing up nicely. He has a very good triangle shaped scar now in his eyebrow. He got new glasses that are coming soon, hopefully. His other glasses were fixed, but yeah, we all know what happens if glasses get all bent out of shape. When you bend it back, it's never as good as it was. So that's why we had to get a new frame and new glasses, because the prescriptions changed, etc. Nothing came from the MRI. It was all okay. So we just have to wait and see what happens now. And we went to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and we had an amazing evening. So everyone, thank you for your good wishes and good thoughts for us going there. It worked. It was amazing. And we had an awesome time. It was like, oh dear, so many people and all the noise of all those people talking outside of the theater where you have your coffee and everything. And I was like, oh my God. But during the show, it was absolutely fine and it was absolutely amazing. We also went out for dinner a week after that. That's why I wasn't feeling so well, because I overdid it by going out and having something at home. That also wasn't quite the best thing to take. So, oh well. Mistakes have been made and you learn. I still can't eat those things. It's a shame, but now I know, and now I have to wait for another time to try it in a few years. Oops. I'm already on the up again, so. And that's basically it here. So yeah, tomorrow 2 p.m. is the shop update. I will be sending out a newsletter. You can read all about it on Instagram. I've already posted it there and we'll post more about it because that's what Instagram is for, isn't it? So yeah, what are you making? How are you doing? February already, so let me know. My birthday is in 2 weeks, which is also weird. I'm like, I only just got 43 weeks ago, wasn't it? But no, it's been a year. And yeah, it wasn't the best year, but I'm still here and I hope that I can celebrate. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon. I hope to drop in before my birthday. So I hope to make it a bi-weekly thing. Is it bi-weekly or is that twice a week? Yeah, every other week I want to record again. So fingers crossed I can keep up. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.